Well, first up to our special focus this evening, the continuing crackdown on banned narcotics and drug abuse in the Malayalam film and entertainment industry. Popular Malayalam rapper Hirandas Murli, popularly called rapper Vedan, and his friends were arrested on Monday from his flat for alleged possession and use of marijuana. The arrest comes close on the heels of the arrest of two noted film directors, Khalid Rahman and Ashraf Hamza, over the weekend on similar charges. The focus on the use of drugs in the Malayalam film industry was brought into focus by actor Vinci Aloysius, who had alleged that co-star Shiny Tom Chacko had misbehaved under the influence of drugs on sets. Kerala has been combating, remember, drug abuse notoriously rising in the state, and the film industry is a key focus area in the battle against drugs. So is this the murky side of the Malayalam film industry? In fact, is drug abuse a reality in film industries and affluent areas across the board in the country? Joining me this evening, Major Ravi, noted Malayalam film director, Rahul Ishwar, author and activist from Kerala, Sanjay Sahai, former additional Director General of Police in Karnataka, and actor Sanjana Galrani. Thanks to all four of you for joining me this evening. My first question to you, Major Ravi, is the rampant use of banned narcotic substances the reality of the film industry? Is it more the rule, or are these arrests and accusations we see the exceptions?
See, the Malayalam film industry has got very, very reputed all India figures like Mohanlal, Mammootty, and senior actors, a lot of senior actors. Why these people are not, their names are not taken through this kind of drug mafia and all these things. If you look at it, the new generation people, those who are coming, and they get into this thing, or they got into this thing, or they got trapped into this thing, or whatever it is. It's a big game plan which had happened, and it was happening in film industry, and so many raids and everything was happening. But then there was no such a big hammer till now. Whatsoever the government has taken this step to curb these guys. Why? Because today someone has, I read it somewhere that earlier it was Punjab, the drug mafia's, hub, but today it is in Kerala. Yes, it's a fact. So it's a high time for this police and excise and the government to take a big hammer onto these people. Now, these two people, the two actors who were caught and they were interrogated, and afterwards, one guy, you spelled him wrongly, he's not Shiny Chacko, Shiny Tom Chacko, he's Shine Tom Chacko. So this man voluntarily told the police that you take me to the rehabilitation center because I want to come out of this thing through the de-addiction center help. So at least he had the mind to realize that yes, I am an addict to this, and let me correct myself. Yes, we got to give a chance to him. But then there are a lot of people who are not even bothered about, okay, you are caught. You come into the TV. You are showing yourself as a, hero who has encountered the terrorists in Pulwama and killed those people. And that kind of a look you're giving it, that means you are not realizing that what kind of an example you are giving to the society and the young generation who are looking upon you, saying that, oh, he's an actor, he's an actor. They follow. There are a lot of fan followers of these guys. So they cannot afford to give such an impression to this young generation. They follow these people. So luckily, the senior actors who has got millions of fan followers, they are not involved in this. These small times, now there's a rapper or whoever it is.
Right.
I don't understand what is their concept about the society and responsibility. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I think you're making a very, very important point. It's also a generational point that you're making. Before I go to Sanjay Sahai, Rahul Ishwar, there is a sense that when you're talking of marijuana, what we believe that the rapper was found with was hybrid marijuana, it's still at the low end. We don't hear of cases of cocaine and other drugs, which some police officers say is actually rampant, being actually caught. So is the crackdown also largely about optics rather than something that really needs to go far deeper in terms of attacking the core of the issue?
Major Ravi sir has brilliantly and sharply put it. See, Kerala is facing a huge crisis. NDPS cases in Kerala last year, 2024, is around 27,000 cases. This is the largest in India. 5 years back, if Punjab had the highest case, right now Kerala has almost double the case of Punjab. And one report, which was submitted in the Lok Sabha says 33,000 arrests were made in Punjab. Our population, or Malayali population, is just 3.5 crores. I am a proud Malayali, I am a proud Keralite, but let us be honest in understanding that Kerala has a huge drug issue. So we cannot show any laxity. Yes, MDMA was caught, the ganja was caught, there are LSD stamps were caught. The first consumption age is as low as 12 or 13 according to various studies. And one of the biggest hauls of drug in India regularly happens in Kerala. So there is a huge issue that needs to be tackled. But how should we tackle it? We should tackle with a two-handed approach. With one hand, there should be a long, strong, iron hand of law. And on the other hand, there should be compassion, rehabilitation, winning them back. So these are the two approaches we need to balance. One, they are not villains, they are victims too. Those people who get involved in drugs, they are not only villains, they are victims too. So we need to have some kind of a compassion towards
Absolutely.
them. We cannot emulate the example of Philippines, where Duterte, their president, end up killing 6,000 to 7,000 people. That is not India. So we need to deal them with compassion, whether it is Shine, whether it is Vedan, whether it is Srinath Bhasi. We have to win them back. That is the responsibility of the civil society.
Absolutely. That's a very, very important and emphatically made, Rahul Ishwar. Sanjay Sahai, from an enforcement point of view, A, how do you see these arguments being made? B, is it just restricted to the Malayalam film world? Because those from affluent sections, those who go into rave parties and, they tend to claim that it is available across the board, and this tends to become the norm in certain affluent parties, whether it is in Hyderabad, whether it is in Bangalore, whether it is in Bombay or in Chennai. Sanjay Sahai, you need to unmute yourself.
I think today we are restricting ourselves to the Malayalam film industry, and rather than stick to Malayalam film industry only. HEMA committee report, it brought the underbelly of Malayalam film industry to the mainstream public domain all across the country. As far as this particular issue is concerned, I don't think it is limited to Malayalam film industry or to Kerala. I think it is somehow what level of rampant it is in different cities. I think we generally get through the newspaper reports. What is very, very intriguing about this information and what we are covering today is that I did a bit of research on this. And from Vedan to Khalid to Ashraf to Shine Tom Chacko to Srinath Basi, I think there's a whole load of actors, directors who have been involved with smugglers, and also this has impacted the way they behave. It's also said that, I think about this Basi actor, that he moves onto the stage only after taking substance. Then when there is an allegation or there is a grievance which goes to Amma, that is their federation, I think no action is taken on that. So broadly, one is that there is drug abuse. And the second part is, I think it is normalized to a great extent as far as Malayalam film industry is concerned. And right now I'm talking only about the Malayalam film industry. I'm not putting it in comparison to any other film industry or other rave parties. So my own understanding is that internally it is somehow accepted that, okay, whatever is going on, it's fine. And the police and the investigative agencies, they're getting the lots of connects here and there. But I think they're losing the thread as they move forward in the investigation. Because the first major case is of 2015. And from 2015 to 2025, I think it's a long way which we have come in last 10 years. Things have only become rampant with the passage of time. So this is broadly where we stand, and if we want to make any dent on whatever is happening there, I think the police and the Malayalam film industry need to come together and take it forward. First and foremost, whether there is a will to do that or not.
Absolutely.
We have been seeing this with regards to schools and colleges and all across the country. You find drugs somewhere.
No, it's an important question that you raised there. Sanjana Galrani, in a sense, the important point that you're raising there, Sanjay Sahai. Sanjana Galrani, I'm posing pretty much the same question that I posed to Mr. Sahai. Is this just about the Malayalam film industry? What's the truth about it? Is it a prevalent, widely acknowledged accepted fact across affluent sections and film industries anywhere in the country?
I have a film in the release, the titled Kundarandi Office, and my co-star is one and only Srinath Bashi in that. And this film I have shot about, say, close to 9 to 10 months ago, and it's right now getting ready for the release. And before we could go on floor and shoot for this film, there were some clashes in between Amma and Bashi, which had happened regarding the same topic. And when he was back on the location and we were shooting, at that time he was completely clean, he was completely sane, he was very cooperative because there were multiple warnings given to him from the Malayalam film industry board that is called Amma, and he was very disciplined. But once you're tagged with something like this, you're tagged for life. And I think somewhere there are victims, or somewhere there's a streak of depression, there's a streak of loneliness, or there's medical attention required for these people. But for that, you have to first accept that I'm really sick and I'm addicted. Like at least Shine Tom Chat who came out in open and told, I'm addicted, please bail me out of this, please give me a rehab. So he understands that he needs a rehab. But the others think first with their ego and then with their mind and then with their heart. So they're like, I am the biggest person and I can do whatever I want, and they become rebel without causes. And they just end up ruining their career, ruining their opportunities. And I feel very bad for them actually. My heart cries out when I look at people like this who really need help. But the last encounter that I had with Srinath Bashi on the sets of Kundarandi Office, he was very sane, he was very clean, he was on time, like a good boy, disciplined. Everyone was like, no, right now they've had a very controversial episode of trying to ban him. And then immediately Manjumal Boys, his film, became a super duper hit. And he was enjoying that particular success. At the same time, he was being very nice on the location. This is my own eyewitness that I've gone through. And today, for me to see his name again pop out over here, I feel really bad. I'm like, why is his name over here? I hope his name was not here at all. And with the others, I don't know. I haven't worked with them. But this doesn't give a good signal out to all the followers of cinema, because in cinema, somewhere each and everyone is looked up upon a role model. I want to be like that actor. I want to make scripts like this director. I want to be like him in person. I want to have a family like him. I want to have a house like him. I want to have a car like him. Similarly, I hope that the fans don't think I want to do drugs like him and fall into the trap of this particular journey that they should not. Because, you know, there are really young kids out there who look at everyone in the film industry as an inspiration. Even I look at the legends who are 60, 65 as an inspiration for what they are and how their way of life is. So I hope that everything somehow curbs down and comes under control. Right. But the worst part is that what is the government of Kerala doing about this? Just about pinpointing the stars or actors who are addicted. Where is it coming from? The actors are not smugglers. They are consumers. They are victims, or they've gone crazy because they are addicts. They need treatment. I agree. But what is the government doing about it, and from where is this drug coming? That is the bigger question which needs to be
absolutely. This is a larger societal issue, as Sanjay Sahai was pointing out. No, absolutely. Point taken.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. This is a larger societal issue that we're talking about. Sanjay Sahai, I interrupted you while you were concluding your point. Very briefly, what do you believe are the way forward? You see, there are those who argue that there is an enormous Western influence as well. There are countries where, for instance, substances like marijuana are actually legal and are used. And there is a large global influence that's also coming in. So there are those who study this issue very closely, speak about two very different kinds of drugs as well that's being prevalent and available, and the question of cracking down on the more dangerous ones.
Actually, we have to decide the way we intend to go. And we cannot theoretically keep discussing as to what is happening in the Western world, what is happening in India. As far as the legal part is concerned, we are cracking based on the legality which is available in this country. So the next point is whether there is both a political will and also a will of the enforcement agencies. And side by side, the Malayalam film industry or any other film industry or any affected party or a victim coming together. It is a multi-headed hydra, and the blames can be put on the film industry. It can also be put on the enforcement agency, the investigative agency, and the government itself, and also the whole rehab scheme. Whether the society also has reached a congenial sort of atmosphere wherein somebody says that I'm a drug addict, and that fellow is taken at face value and the society comes to help him out. So that stage also we have not reached. In Malayalam film industry, coming on the back of the Hema committee report, I think it is done and it is doing a nature of a damage which is unimaginable. And outside of Kerala, certainly people are having two thoughts about the way the Malayalam film industry is running. Coming back to your point as to what is the road forward.
Absolutely,
the
that's a
road
different
forward
issue.
is certainly a unison of thought to improve the situation and the police acting in consonance with the real problem rather than going for small gimmicks or playing in the hands of large number of vested interests. So couple of cases happen. We have seen the Shah Rukh Khan.
So absolutely, I take that.
Couple of these cases, everything.
No,
dies down.
I'll have to cut you short
My
again, sir,
limelight
because
would
I'm
be your
running
limelight.
completely out of time. I'm sorry, but I have to cut you short. I'm sorry, I have to cut you short because I'm completely running out of time. Last 20 seconds, Rahul Ishwar, do you believe that there is going to be a concerted, positive movement as far as this issue is concerned in Kerala?
Yes, there is going to be a cleanup. Kerala society has really woken up. The mainstream media is putting pressure. Government and all the political parties, this is one great thing. All the political parties in unison are working for it. I hope Kerala, being one of the most literate states, one of the most progressive and positive states, will clean up this bad mess that we are in. And hopefully Kerala will be clean in some time to come because of these efforts.
All right. Thanks very much. On that note, we'll have to conclude this conversation. I'm sorry, Sanjay Sahai, I had to interrupt you repeatedly for want of time. But thanks to all three of you. Unfortunately, we lost Major Ravi's line there. But we'll keep that conversation going.